Good morning. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. I love having you here. Thank you so much for being here. I've got some new subscribers and I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you. So today, I wanted to share, I held off on letting you know because I just wanted to make sure that the transition went smoothly and everything, took place the way it was supposed to. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at green leaves on the trees right now. It is spring. Yeah, it's definitely spring. We've got green leaves and pink leaves and yeah, they're pink buds, I should say. So I got a new job within my company. And I wanted to share that today because I worked over the weekend. I got settled in. I practiced. I learned, the new job. For the most part, I'm not on autopilot right now by any stretch of the imagination, but I at least feel comfortable there. And I had a good couple of days to kind of find my way, create the screen set up the way that I wanted it so that I feel like I'm organized. And so that's how I spent the weekend. And today is my first weekday. It's Monday. And I'll be there with everyone else. I'm working an hour and a half earlier and leaving an hour and a half earlier, so I'm on a different shift. And I was kind of thinking traffic would be a lot worse at this hour in the morning, but it's really kind of the same. I think once everybody gets settled into their offices by 9 or 9:30, it's just about 9:30 right now. Yeah, it is 9:30. So it seems like everybody is where they want to be, and the highway's pretty wide open. May not be the same every day, but it's looking pretty much the same today. I'm not in rush hour, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, how did this new job come about? I have to say it came about pretty much the same way. When I say this new job, this new position, I should say, I didn't quit the company. I'm in a new position in the same company. And it came about pretty much the same way as my initial hiring with this company came about. It was something that I had heard about. I had heard about this department. I was curious about them. One of my coworkers a couple months ago moved over to that department, and I asked her if she liked it, and she said she did. And it was in my mind. I wasn't day and night thinking about it. I wasn't doing, meditations and thinking about it, praying for it, heavily wanting it or really laser focusing on that. I honestly, for the longest time, didn't really know what I wanted to do. Because I had several options. I had some things presented to me that were options that, it's kind of like pick this or pick that. And I didn't know what to do for the longest time. When you have a number of options and they all seem good, I used to just kind of write on a piece of paper the pros and the cons of all of them. I didn't do that this time. What I did this time was different. I didn't try to figure it out. I didn't try to make the decision. I didn't try to weigh it out. Now, sometimes in the past, I've done that, and it served me well. But this time what I did was I just let it go. I really just decided, okay, I know that this option's there. I know that that option's there. I know that I could do a number of things. There were probably 3 or 4 different things I could have done. And when I say, there's a kind of a deadline coming up because my lease is going to expire. My lease comes up in July, and I have 4 more months to be there. And so I like to think, where am I going to go from there? And it kind of involved some life decisions. So what I did was I decided that, okay, I'm aware of these options. I know that they're there. All the options seem good. One didn't seem any better than the other. At first I was confused, like, well, how am I going to choose now? And then I thought, why do I have to choose? Why do I have to pick something? Why does that have to be on my shoulders? Why don't I just let things happen the way they happen? And so what I decided to do was to stop thinking about it altogether, stop thinking about the variety of choices and just put myself into the moment and where I was in the moment, and enjoy the time I had where I was. So that's what I did. I just really, really got into, loving everything that I was doing, loving the team that I was on, which I always have. I just became really focused on the now and how grateful I am for what I currently have. And I was in that mindset when it happened. When it happened. I got two offers. One offer was something that would be kind of a future consideration. And the other offer was, do you want to do this right now? And I didn't even have to think about it. And one offer was outside of the company where I am now, and the other offer was within the company where I am now. And I had already started to weigh out, do I want to move? Do I want to go somewhere else? Do I want to stay here? What do I want to do? And the more I was grateful and loved the area where I am now, and the more that I kept appreciating everything I have, it's almost like, I really like it here. I have it nice here. And I did think the only thing that I could really use, if I'm going to leave the apartment where I am now, I could really use a raise. I think that, in order for me to be able to afford something outside of the city in the suburban areas, that would require, some extra money. And so I wasn't weighing things out based on money, but I was weighing things out based on, what I would enjoy the most, where I want to be, where do I picture myself being, where do I want to spend my time. And what ended up happening was, life chose for me, basically, because the one offer, although it was a good offer monetarily, it was a good money and residual income. There were a lot of bonuses where it came to the money. Then what I thought was, are you going to base your decision on money this time? Because the last time I did that, I just didn't enjoy the job. All the money in the world doesn't pay for happiness. It doesn't pay for health. It doesn't pay for well-being. It can pay for, chiropractic care and massages, but it doesn't pay for inner peace. So really, I took money out of the equation when it came time to make this decision. So I thought, well, the money will just happen. I'm not concerned about that. And I didn't concern myself with it. I didn't concern myself with anything. I really wasn't concerned. I just knew that wherever it is I'm going is going to be something wonderful. It'll be the right thing for me. I just trusted. I trusted that everything would work out. And that's when my floor manager pulled me aside. The sales manager pulled me aside and asked me if I wanted to take this position. And immediately I thought, wow, that's the same position that I was told about a long time ago, that I kind of had in the back of my mind. If I were ever to make a move within this company, I was thinking that would be a great place to go. And it was not only that position, but it kind of with additional perks that really suit my personality very well. And it came with a raise as well. It came with additional bonus. So that just happened. And, it didn't take me, I did say, I would think about it, and I wanted to see what the job involved and things like that. But honestly, after a few days, I just knew that was the right move. That was the right thing to do. All this green on the trees, it's crazy. I don't know if you can, there are still trees that look dead out that window where you can see. There are still a lot of trees that don't have anything on them, but over here on this side, I'm sorry you can't see it. Hopefully you'll be able to, but oh my goodness, did these leaves ever sprout over the weekend. That's how it happens around here. It's like the buds are little, and then one weekend we get some rain and some sun, and there they are, and everything's green. This is so cool. This is why I love the seasons. So anyway, that is really my evaluation of how things came about with this company. I am not going to attribute it to, quantum science. I'm not going to attribute it to, oh, I was in deep prayer. I'm not going to attribute it to this or to that. But because I already know, I mean, if you watch all my other videos, I already know who and what God is. I already know who I am. I already know that I'm walking in that light, in the light of the love of God. And I already know who Jesus is, the Christ who came to show us those things. And I already know that, there are so many people out there who are trying to do this thing they call manifesting and trying to make things happen. And we don't make things happen. Oh my goodness. These are going to all be white. Sorry. I just keep getting distracted by the buds on the trees. I hope you can see something here. Man, these trees are all going to have white buds like this week. They're kind of yellowish right now. It's like they've sprouted, but maybe, I don't know if you can see those behind me or not. So in the whole concept of manifesting, I just have to say that this is what happened for me. I'm not going to say this is what you should do. This is what it's all about. I'm not going to say I have it all figured out or I know exactly what happened or how it happened. I am just going to say that when I know who I am, I know who God is, I know the basic theory behind how things work out, and I trust that everything is working to support me. I trust that all things in life are here to guide me, to support me, to grow me, teach me. This is what I'm here for. This is what we're all here for. And we don't look at other people and what are they doing. We don't become envious of somebody else and want what they have. I see people who don't work in an office and have all this freedom. And for a minute there, I thought, maybe I want to have all this freedom. And I thought, you know what? But I had freedom before, and what did I do with it? I'm not really the best at working from home. I feel isolated when I'm working from home. I know a lot of people love it and good for them. And a lot of people take their laptops and travel the world and they can work on the beach. I just don't have, work down to the point where I can take my laptop and work on the beach. I've never been able to do that. I get too distracted. And I feel like alone, like I'm on an island, like if I'm at home and it's just me in my little room, and it's just tougher for me to be in that environment than it is to walk into an office every day. I just really enjoy the community feeling of having people here that I can spend my day with. And I'm not just spending my day with the customers over the phone. I'm also spending my day with the people who are here. And I just love everybody here. I have a new team now, and my other team is still here. I just get to know more and more people. And this is what I need. This is what brings me joy. This is what is, for right now in my life, this is how I see my life and how I'm living what I guess you call my best life, at least in the time being. I mean, this is what I want. And the minute I decided that this is what I want, it all opened up to make things possible. When my channel is called All Things Possible, well, it is possible. Know what you want, know who you are, know who God is, know who we are. We're all the collective, we're one. You can go all the way back into my videos where I explain the science of it and the, what Jesus said and all those other things. But there are other religions out there. I don't think that we should hop religions. At least me. I'm not saying you. I don't want to hop religions. I don't want to say I'm a Christian and I'm in that religion. And now, I just talked to somebody who's Hindi, and I'm going to read some books about the Hindu beliefs. I'm not afraid to read other religions' books because I don't feel that knowledge and information, they're not diseases. It's not like something's going to jump out off the pages and get me and grab me by the throat and suck me into something cynical. I don't believe that. I believe I can read a book and I can learn about what they believe, and it's okay because I don't hop religions. I'm a person who follows Christ, and Christ did not create a religion. Christ was for all, for everybody, and his words and his message. And I've talked about this before, and I got kind of lambasted for it, but Christ taught a very Eastern message to Western thinking people. And if you don't believe that his message, I'm not going to say that he was a Hindu. I'm just going to say that his message coincides with a lot of Eastern philosophies and Eastern beliefs and Eastern practices. The things that he talked about were very Eastern. And you can debate that if you want. You can say that's evil if you want to. You're entitled to say what you want to say about it. But that's why I want to read some of these things. And I'm not afraid to learn about other people's religions. I don't think it's going to, oh, you're just going to backslide. It's going to rub off on you. It's going to pull you out of Christianity. No, I'm not involved in the religion of Christianity. I'm involved. I follow, my life follows the practices of Jesus Christ. And that allows me to have the freedom to learn about other people. So anyway, that's all I have to say for today. I'm going to get into the office. I'm a little early because I wanted to see how traffic was. But I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you next time.